Hello again. I just thought I'd run through my raw feeding. Anything you've got in the house that you eat is great. In small doses we need some raw veggies, pureed up or mashed up. So here I've got carrots and beans, and I've got in there some spinach that I grew in the garden that I froze into small amounts. This is zucchini that I had excess growing in the garden, so I grated it up raw and froze it. And then this is actually what I just cut out of the garden now. This used to be my broccolini. While I've been busy with the puppies, it's bolted and seeded, so I'll salvage what I can for us, but that would be absolutely perfect to throw through your blender raw and freeze like this, to take little doses out to give to your puppies. They love fruit, all sorts of different fruits and berries in small doses. Yogurt, I haven't got any cottage cheese, it would be sitting here if I did. The occasional egg, probably a couple of eggs a week would be really good amount. This is pumpkin, obviously, mashed pumpkin. It is cooked, it's not raw. That's really good to keep them regular. And then over here we've got our proteins. So this is the pet mince that I buy from my local butcher. I don't think there'd be many butchers that don't produce pet mince. It's a whole lot of offcuts and chicken frames crushed, and they also throw organs in, and if they don't, they will if you ask them to, because a raw diet for puppies or for dogs needs to have some organ meat and bone to help keep them as naturally fed as possible. So this is just cheap regular beef mince from Woolies. Sometimes I buy turkey, sometimes I buy well, for my adult dogs I buy roux, but it's a bit lean for puppies, so I don't usually feed it to puppies. And then of course you've got your sardines or mackerel. I love mackerel. A can of mackerel can easily do 2 dogs, and it'll last a puppy a few days. The other thing that's really important is chicken frames. Just grab one. We give our dogs chicken frames for breakfast every day. Fantastic bone content, gristle, and a little bit of meat and some fat, not too much fat, which is great. Sorry about this, I'm just reaching into the fridge behind me. These are roux tails that I get from my local shooter. I get fresh roux mince from my local licensed shooter for the dogs, so he gives me tails in here. I did have the chicken hearts that I buy from Woolies. I'm just preparing a session with the puppies on resource guarding, so I'm going to give them this big roux bone. It's not very big, it's only that big, the roux tail bone, and I'm going to be taking it away from them and giving them quickly, very quickly, giving them a piece of chicken heart. Just going to the fridge to get a couple more things to show you. In return, so basically I'm going to be taking away a resource from them and giving them something even more delicious, and then quickly returning the bone to them. So I'll show you that in a minute. I'm getting sidetracked. So the other thing that I love to feed is apple cider vinegar with the mother. It's got to be shaken to get all that stuff off the bottom. Apple cider vinegar, and it must be with the mother. See that written underneath, apple cider vinegar? That's available in Woolies. You just do a very small amount, like a teaspoon in every dog's meal, usually mixed with water. With the puppies, I'm buying fresh goat's milk by the litre from my local goat dairy. You shouldn't really need to do that. Once they're weaned, they really don't need to have milk, and you never give puppies cow's milk. You must give low lactose milk. So you can buy puppy milk from the supermarket, which is low lactose. Don't give them cow's milk, but you really shouldn't need to give them any milk at all. So that's basically what I'm feeding the puppies and my adult dogs. The cheese is missing. I just didn't run over to the house and grab the cottage cheese out of the fridge. But basically they need, the vast majority of their mix is meat, protein obviously, different proteins. Oh, I didn't talk about this. This is the Vets All Natural complete mix that is soaking already. It's been in there a day, so it's got all sorts of kelp and grains and little bits of vegetables. They've got micro and macronutrients that will balance the meat. So technically that balances that, and you don't absolutely have to have all these other things. Did I mention the yogurt? You shouldn't really need to have all of these other things, but why not? Give them variety. They love variety just like we do. So I'm going to be giving you all of this information in your puppy pack. This is basically following the BARF diet, the biologically appropriate raw food system. I'll be giving you references that you can look up and buy small booklets, and I'll give you a little bit of a recipe as well. And look, some of this information has been so kindly given to me by my mentor in raw feeding, my beautiful friend Erica Davidson. That I've not only met at all our Tasmanian shows, but we went to the puppy conference together in Melbourne. She's also a puppy culture breeder. She breeds the most adorable King Charles Cavalier Spaniels, and the last time I met her, she won Best in Show with her beautiful dog. So yeah, that information that I'll be sharing is largely being shared with me by Erica, and she's actually a beautifully qualified raw feeder. She's done courses and really knows her stuff. So thank you, Erica, and for the information that you've shared with me, I'll be passing on to my beautiful puppy families. And because I can't do a video without sharing with you your cheeky puppies, here they all are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, lovely puppies. All right, everybody. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.